with that. Now, also on the box last night was I'm a Celebrity and taking part in a challenge with Sabrina Washington and Justin Ryan. However, as soon as Justin saw the challenge and what it involves, it brought back painful memories of his youth.
Can I tell you a horrible story about when I was a little boy in my primary school with one of these, and we're running round and running round and running round. I came off at a rate of knots, took a tumble, broke my elbow, slashed my wrist and cut my arm. So automatically, look.
Right, so it looks like...
Automatically, I'm really nervous.
Doing the running then.
I was really terrified, but I didn't want to tell Sabrina. I made a promise to my mum I'd never go back in a roundabout.
I know. Well, he did. He got back on. He did very well. So do you have a childhood accident that stayed with you to adulthood? Scared of the swings?
No, not swings, but I did, when I was about, I don't know how old I was probably only, you know, 3 or 4, maybe not even 4, but I had a little tricycle, and I decided, because we lived, like, above a shop, to get the only way down was down this, like, big wrought iron spiral staircase, which was really high. And for some reason, I thought it'd be a really good idea to ride my bike down the spiral staircase. And honestly, I don't actually remember too much about it, but I know my head was really badly damaged. And now I can't go near a spiral staircase now. Honestly, I can't. No, I can. I mean, that's just... Well, because I don't really remember it, but I mean, it's just a daft thing to do when you're 3 years old.
Just picturing you being 3, really, on a little tricycle. Just love to see a picture
going like that.
Yeah, I can't. It's just hysterical.
Down the stairs.
Amy, if you're watching, it's not a good idea.
No, don't do
that.
No,
it's not. No, there should have been a gate there.
Mine is glass doors. When I was probably about 7 or 8, I went running through a glass door from the garden. I know, and
smashed it.
Smashed, yeah. Oh. Terror, must have been thin glass, but I was only little. And you know what I did? Last year I was in Florida staying with my friend Sarah and put the kids to bed, and we were outside on her patio by the pool having a drink. And she'd gone in for something. I had a glass of wine and walked really quick and did the same thing. Well, knocked myself out nearly. They were howling with laughter. I'm pouring with blood. I had black eyes.
It is funny when that happens, though.
But how can it happen twice? I was in such pain. I laughed the next day. But I had 2 little black eyes the next day on my holiday and a big fat nose. Horrible. A bit like yours.
I did that once. What? Fat nose? No, I did it once, but I did straight into a glass door carrying the drinks, and I was more upset spilling my drinks.
Yeah.
My sort of childhood thing is now I always make sure if I'm on a bike, always press the back brake, because I had a really, really bad experience going down a very steep hill. And I was, you know, how old was I? I'd have been about 10. Maybe 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, whatever, little. And I remember, and we were all daring each other, you know, to go really, really fast. It wobbles when you do that.
Don't...
And I was going down, and then it was like, who would be the last to brake? And the bike started to go like this, and I went, ah! And I pressed it. Well, the front wheel stuck, the back just went up like that. And I can remember, even at that age, thinking, this is really not going to be good. Yeah. And I flew in the air like a cartoon and landed like a jumbo jet on my nose and my chin. And
I bet that was really funny. That would have made you a fortune on You've Been Framed.
I had a horrible experience in hospital when you have your tonsils out, and I was about 8 or 9. They always took them out then, tonsils. And then you couldn't speak for like a couple of days, and I stood, you know, just feeling really sorry for myself in pain. And this boy came over and went, "Have you had your tonsils out?" You went, "Whoa, but that hurts now." And he punched me. God! And it carried on that, because I've always had a thing about, you know, singing, you know, about this singing and your bad voice, and it always goes to my voice. Yeah. And I had to have an operation on my throat years ago, and you know that thing when they've given you your pre-med and everything, and you're just going off, and sometimes you can just remember being wheeled along, and you look at ceilings and things. Well, I remember that, remember the ceiling, and I'm lying there, and the last thing I remember was the man putting this silver thing down my throat. And just as I was about to go, no, I'm not ready, I went under. So I have an absolute phobia about that. You know, it was horrible.
But, you know, I wish I'd never mentioned my bike now. That beats my bike story. Going back to the whole sort of I'm a Celebrity thing, very, very quickly, we'll run along the desk. Who would you like to win?
George Hamilton.
Who would you like to win?
Oh, Justin, he's hilarious.
Gino.
Yeah. Any reason why?
Because he's funny.
He is funny.
Very funny.
I think I'd go along with that. Either George or Gino.
Yeah.
George is a legend.
His accent kills me as well.
No, Justin deserves it just for crying, sobbing after
running.
his boyfriend's been out for half an hour. And he's literally, it's like he's been murdered. Look! Oh, my boyfriend's dead! He's dead! He's not dead! He's up there! And he only went half an hour ago. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
OK, it's time for one final break.